I will end this presentation with some recommendations. Starting at the federal level, make education a constitutional right. Right now, we have a 50-state system that inherently produces variance and inequity across states. Reauthorize ESSA to be more asset-based, promote enrichment, multilingualism, and multiculturalism, and increase overall federal funding. But again, from an asset-based perspective, that is targeted and significant towards traditionally marginalized populations. Next, state policies. Develop opportunity and outcome-based standards and benchmarks to measure equity and adequacy. Focus on traditionally marginalized communities. So it's not just the outcomes, it's not just the resources, but it's what opportunities are provided, especially for those that are most marginalized. Create state oversight funding model. Right now, we have a lack of transparency, a lack of accountability, even with the new LCFF funding model. Third, create diversified and reliable revenue streams to fund public education, including facilities. Right now, facilities are left primarily or exclusively to the localities. And right now, although we're becoming more of a state-based society, we need to develop a more diversified streams that could be sustainable so that when there is an economic crisis, we can still maintain a high quality educational program. Eliminate hold harmlesses that have privileged affluent white communities. For example, hold harmlesses are those political compromises that have determined that certain districts will not receive less than they were receiving at a certain point, even when a change occurred that would lower their base rate. Increase overall funding targeting low wealth segregated communities. Desegregation efforts. And 6, provide guidelines to ELAs with civil rights, evidence, and innovative-based practices that are asset-based to hold districts accountable and to support the districts. Because much of the time, especially with LCFF, districts are given a task. And even when they're giving some additional funding, it's not sufficient amount of funding, but nor are they really provided professional development to actually develop the skill set and the knowledge base on how to reallocate funds. And lastly, at the local level, intra-district and school level equity, quality, transparency, and accountability, such as teachers and leaders, class sizes, course materials, all of these things need to be taken into account, not just across district, but within districts. So many times when funding is allocated, it is given at the district level, but then we need to make sure that those districts are then reallocating them equitably to those schools and students that need them the most. Provide ongoing professional development in anti-racist and anti-xenophobic policies and procedures, and also how to reallocate or resource allocations. I think we need to focus on desegregation efforts. Again, trying to think about new district and school boundaries, because we're still beholden by those old school boundaries of the 1940s and 50s for the most part. Civic engagement is incredibly important. Community members, parents, and students, that's authentic. And that is, again, from a dignity-based perspective. And again, we need to think about an asset-based perspective in all realms, from policies, programs, and curriculums at the local level. And with that, I'll end my presentation.